Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, this time with Shadows in Valhalla. And as we take a look at through the set, we see that we have Valkyries here, as well as ninjas and entities. I think this is the first time we've actually seen entities. Invoker also gets a new Link monster, Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. More ninjas here, and then we get to a bunch of reprints with stuff like Neos and Visionary Trinity for the more general hero package as well. We have some Mermails here. We have basically everything for Invoked that you would need for the sake of our series to be able to play it. And then just like one-offs, we have Ash Blossom here as a reprint as well. Shaddoll, Gem Knights. So you have a bunch of like stuff that works in a lot of engines if you'd like, and even Twin Twisters. So we have more powerful spell drop removal for this time. And I think this is the first time that we actually, well, this is definitely the first time because it's been a month since we last recorded and played, I think. Yeah, it's actually been exactly a month. So we have Genesys format points now. And initially I was gonna turn them off, but I think like they're actually gonna be like kind of fun to see going into each episode, like what we're working with. Obviously it's a very arbitrary number, but I feel like it could be fun. But what is not fun is 15-minute deck breakdown, so in order to try to bring that number down, let's immediately get to it. And we're playing ninjas, because I was contemplating between Invoked, which I basically have everything that you would need for Invoked in my side deck here. I'm not going to cover them. I have Alistair's Invocations, Book of Laws, Magical Meltdowns in my side deck, as well as half of our extra deck being 2 Raijins, 2 Megaba, 2 Caliga, a single Cocytus, and a single Purgatrio, if we want to go the Invoke route. But I figured since I've already played that, I've been a little bit interested in it. We just threw in a or put together a ninja deck. So let's take a look at what we're working with. Starting us off, obviously we have a Hanzo here. On normal summon, adds a ninja to our card from your deck to your hand, and on flip or special summon, you can add a ninja monster from your deck to your hand. A searcher for the deck with a hard points per turn. No hard points per turn, but which can add basically everything except itself from your deck to your hand, which is obviously very nice. Upside Golden Ninja, very nice target for any of our like things that spell summon ninjas, and even alone once per day you can send a trap from your hand to the graveyard to spell summon a level 4 and lower ninja monster from a deck in face up defense position or face down defense position, which is obviously very nice for the flip summon stuff if need be. But this just like immediately gets access to Link 2s, which most of the time we're obviously gonna go for. Saizo, Upside Golden Ninja, is just very nice for that. And then we have Yellow Ninja. If this card is normal summoned or flip face up, you can spell summon a level 4 lower ninja monster from your hand in attack position or face down defense position, and then it locks you from summoning only ninjas from your extra deck for the turn. Obviously a lot less powerful, but still something that like you can use where you can use this to summon any of your level 4 ninjas or any other ninja really to go into Saizo. So like it's still pretty good. Then we have a single copy of Twilight Ninja Getsuga the Shogun, a level 8, which can be tribute summoned by attributing a single ninja monster. And if this card is in attack position, you can target 2 ninja monsters in your graveyard, except Getsuga the Shogun. Change this card to defense, and if you do spell summon those monsters, and this is a hard once per turn. It's a really nice effect because obviously like you're summoning a level 8 with 2000 attack, which isn't that high, but you can do that, and then you can recur 2 more monsters and then have a 3k wall alongside most likely a Link monster, which is really nice actually. So Shogun obviously is something that you don't want to see immediately, but later on, like, it's pretty nice. And then for another way for us to summon this, because none of this stuff requires it to be tribute summoned, we have a triple Twilight Ninja Jogen with a pendulum scale of 1. If a ninja monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. The only relevant effect for us, it's a level 7. We don't care about the reveal a ninja's card in your hand to spell summon this from your hand, and then it has piercing 99% of the time. We don't care about that unless we already have a scale. And then a single copy of Twilight Ninja Kagen. The effect on the field doesn't matter. It's our only of its kind. It's our only like big scale, so we're always sending this on scale. And the scale effect is bad. It basically prevents you from pendulum summoning anything except for ninjas, and it can be negated. And once per turn when your ninja monster declares an attack, you can make that monster gain 1000 attack until the end of the damage step, and it is only on your attacks. It can't be when your opponent is attacking. The effect is really bad and outdated. It's just there to give us the other scale. And obviously it's something, because it's a level 1, it's very easily accessible via something like a flip summon of Hanzo. Next, we have a Dark Simorgh here. 2 copies. We're getting that through Advanced Dark, which we're never playing this. It's a bad Crystal Beast field spell, only here to give us Dark, so we can go into Dark Simorgh. While it fails on the field, this card is both Wind and Dark attribute. If this card is in your hand, you can banish a Dark and Wind monster from your graveyard to spell summon this card. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish a Dark and a Wind to spell it from spell this card. Just spell summon this card. I don't know where my brain was going there. And it's a floodgate that prevents your opponent from setting cards at all. This is really nice for a mirror, because ninjas also really want to set back row, but anything else like Jeexx would want to, and also obviously like prevents setting something like Hanzo, but also obviously really good against any back row deck, which Jeexx might be playing, but it's just a good body. And the real reason why we're playing this, I'll cover the traps now, because they make the monsters here, is Ninjutsu Art of Transformation, where you activate this card by tributing a face of a ninja monster to spell summon a beast, winged beast, or insect monster from your hand or deck whose level is less than or equal to the level of the tribute monster hand on the field, plus 3. And then when this card leaves the field, you destroy the monster. Dark Simorgh is a level 7, so any of our level 4s, which are most of the ninjas that we're actually running, like any of those can get to Dark Simorgh immediate, because Dark Simorgh doesn't have a thing that prevents it from being summoned from our deck. So Ninja Art of Transformation immediately gets us to Dark Simorgh, which is really nice. I'll cover the other ninja arts here. We have Art of Shadow Sealing. All of these are continuous traps. Tribute a ninja monster, target a monster your opponent controls, you banish the target. While the card is banished, the monster card zone cannot be used. And while this face-up card leaves the field, you return the card banished by this effect to the same monster zone in the same battle position. So kind of like temporary removal, but still nice. Has an Ojama-like effect as well, where you're like blocking zones. That's a lot less relevant. Best use obviously to prevent your opponent from comboing off or doing anything of the like. Finally, we have Ninja's Art of Mirage Transformation. We attribute a ninja monster and then target one monster in your opponent's graveyard to spell summon it on the field, on your side of the field, and it is treated as a ninja monster while this card is face up on the field. While this card leaves the field, you send the monster to the graveyard, and you're limited to 1 of these per turn. Obviously very nice if our opponent has like boss monster or anything, we can go for that. And the neat thing is like if Jeexx used like something like, even in a pinch, like a nightmare, they do still give sideways arrows, so we can use those to go for extra place if we really need to. But transformation is the thing that we want to see more because of Dark Simorgh. As for our hand traps, we have triple Ash, because Ash comes in from the set, and obviously it's really just generically good. And for the actual hand traps that I'm playing here, I have decided to go for Draw and Lockbird, 2 copies in the main, a 3rd one in the side, as well as Effect Veiler, same thing, 2 main and 1 more in the side. The reason for this is Draw and Lockbird is extremely good against Invoked, which otherwise would be kind of annoying, because obviously like Hanzo and Golden Ninja and Yellow Ninja being our main ones, and I think like Hanzo giving him Caliga, Upside Golden Ninja giving him Mekaba, and Yellow Ninja giving him Raijin, which I think are probably the best ones. That's why I'm running 3 doubles of all of those, are kind of scary. So I really don't want to just get blasted by Invoked, and Effect Veiler just obviously being a negation or negate, sorry, means that it's generically just really good. The one off Called by the Grave, obviously because we don't want to get hand trap, we have a lot of searching and summoning from the deck of our own. A triple Hidden Village of Ninjutsu Arts, a field spell card. If a ninja monster is summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target a ninja monster or ninjutsu art covering your graveyard, add it to your hand, but for the rest of the turn, you basically can't use anything with its name. And then if a ninja monster or a ninjutsu art you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, while you have ninjutsu arts, you can instead banish a ninja monster from your graveyard. Obviously very good for protecting something like a Saizo or even like Blade Armor Ninja. Then we have 2 copies of Armor Ninja's Art of Alchemy. If you control a Ninjutsu Art card, destroy as other Ninjutsu Art cards you control as possible, then draw 2. Obviously very good. And then we're only running 2 of this because obviously requiring another Ninjutsu Art card, I would rather like have more of those than, because this is not a continuous spell, so you can't have 2 of those and use one of them to pop the other and draw 2. So that's why like it can be a little bricky, which is why I decided to go for 2. Like I said, Advanced Dark only for the name, we're never playing it. Ninja Art Notebook, add 3 copies, a continuous spell. Once per turn, you can send a ninja monster from your hand to the graveyard to set a Ninjutsu Art spell trap directly from your deck, except for Ninja Art Notebooks. Obviously gets us into all of our Ninjutsu Arts, which is really nice. And gets us access to anything that we really need. Inside, the only thing that I haven't covered yet is the 2 copies of Twin Twisters. If Jeexx is really heavy on the back row, Twin Twisters could be very nice to have, in addition to Dark Simorgh. And then I don't think I need to explain any of the Invoked fusions. I played Invoked already, so you know what these do. If you're keeping up with the series, I don't need to explain the Nightmares either. We have the typical, I feel like, Nightmare package with 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Cerberus. Then for our new links, we have a Ninja Grandmaster Saizo, takes 2 Ninja Monsters. During May phase, you can set a Ninja Art spell trap directly from your deck. You can only use this effect of Saizo once per turn, and while this card points to a monster, this card cannot be targeted for an attack, and your opponent can't target it with card effects either. So it has some like self-protection as well, and it basically does what Notebook does, but without sending any ninjas from your hand to grave. Obviously, insanely good with also like really good arrows. We also have Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. If we're going into Invoked, it's really nice to have, so I can actually make my Invoke cards. 2 monsters with different types and different attributes. Name becomes Alistair, the Invoker, while on the field or the graveyard. If a monster is fusion summoned while you control this monster, you can discard 1 card, and if you add Invocation or Book of the Law from your deck to your hand. And then if this face card leaves the field because of your opponent's card effect, you can add an Omega Summon from your deck to your hand. And then a final card that we haven't covered, we have Blade Armor Ninja. I think this is a really old Xyz. 2 level 4 warrior type monster. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from discard target ninja monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Basically, detach a material to make this have 2 attacks. It's just there like if we need a little bit more punching power to win the game. But more often than not, if we can, we'll rather go for Saizo than Blade Armor Ninja. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A pretty straightforward deck. We're just going to be looking for ninjas and setting some back row, but mostly we're just doing beatdown, hoping to find Dark Simorgh, and then hopefully Dark Simorgh prevents Jeexx from playing the game for long enough that we can just win. And if this like, if everything comes tumbling down, then I'm just, you know, setting out of as much stuff as possible, putting in the invoked stuff, and hopefully then getting stuff done with that. We gotta have 2 modes here that we can use depending on the situation. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdown, hopefully enjoy Jeexx as well. And afterwards, I will see y'all in the dueling zone. I'm very excited for this. It's been, like I said, it's been a month since we've last played, so apologies in advance if we're really rusty, but hopefully we can get some nice play still. Thank you for watching Deck Breakdowns once again, and I'll see y'all in the dueling zone.
Okay, so we're playing Shadows in Valhalla. I am playing Shaddoll Invoker with... there was something else in here. That's why I have the G on name, but I don't remember what it was right now. Gemini, yeah, Shadow Invoker Gemini, yeah. So we're playing 3 copies of Alistair, 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Ghost, Ogre, and 3 copies of Imperm. Ash is in the set, if I recall correctly. It's either Ash or Ghost Ogre. It's been a while since I built this at this point, so I do not recall. Ash Blossom. Yeah, Ash Blossom is in the set, so we can get 3 of those for free. And then we get Ghost Ogre and Imperm, obviously, for free. We're running 2 copies of Dragon because I think the Spell Trap Destruction is very relevant in this set, mostly because of the fact that there's Invokers in this, there's Ninjas in this, and then there's also Gem Knights in this, so you can pop Brilliant Fusion with this and other similar stuff. So I think Dragon is by far the most valuable Shaddoll to be playing. I'm running 2 copies of Shaddoll Fusion in case I happen to draw into it and my opponent doesn't have anything too impactful. I'm gonna be able to just go into Construct or Winda, and Winda probably is reactive play, Construct as an aggressive play, or like well, both of them are. Winda is a proactive play and Construct is a reactive play because Construct can deal stuff on board, whereas Winda prevents my opponent from making stuff on board. But yeah, then we have Upstart Golden Ninja as a level 4 light monster for Seraphim Knight, and also for having a decent effect where I can even dump a trap card from my deck from my hand to summon out a ninja from my deck in face of defense and make a rank 4, make something else, summon something else that I can do things with. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't think I have that many targets for it here. Yeah, because Invoker needs 2 different types of monsters. I didn't really find good rank 4s in the set that I could have ran, but hey ho. Then we have Garnet, obviously, because we have Brilliant Fusion in here. These 2 exist for Brilliant Fusion. I have 3 copies of Brilliant Fusion so that I hope I can draw into it. I have 3 copies of Instant Fusion because I'm running Norden. It also works for Caliga, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Caliga doesn't need to be fusion summoned. And it does not work for Winda. Although, no, it does work for Winda, but it doesn't work for Entis because Entis needs to be summoned using Contact Fusion. Yeah, and then we have Invocations, 3 copies, Magical Meltdown, 3 copies, 3 copies Terraforming, Book of Law, which is just Mask Change for invoked cards, Sin Twisters, Upstart, Imperm, Omega Summon, target a number of banished invoked monsters, spell summon them in defense position. And then we have Entis, obviously. If it's into the graveyard, you pop a card on board, and when it's on board, you can spell summon a level 4 monster from my hand, which is kind of what I wanted to do. Then we have Norden in here, because we have entities in here. I'm double checking, because I'm pretty sure... Other entity... Yeah. We have Seraphim Knight, we have Caliga, we have Elysium, we have Mekaba, and so on and so forth. We have Unicorn in here, and then we have 3 copies of Summon Limit for the goof. Everybody loves Summon. I can't wait to activate Summon Limit. Summon Caliga, pass. Wow. Amazing. And then Construct, Winda, and whatever else. The only card of really note in this set for the deck that I'm playing is Invoker, Alistair the Invoker of Madness. 2 monsters with different attributes and types. This card's name becomes Alistair while on board or grave. If a monster is fusion summoned while you control this card, you can discard a card and then you can add an invocation or the Book of Law from your deck to your hand. And if this card leaves the field by your opponent's card effect, you can add a Omega Summon from your deck to your hand. And that about does it. I think this deck is kind of a mess. I threw it together in 30 minutes or something, and then on top of that I had a previous version of it that I was kind of drafting that seemed like it would be more fun, but I ended up not going for it because I felt like, oh, this is gonna suck to play. But yeah, good luck with the games.
What is up, ladies and lads, and welcome back to the History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. I think I did that right. It's been actually a month since we've last recorded one of these, and I already... in advance, I will apologize for my voice. It is chocked. I just spent 4 hours of PE screaming at primary schoolers, so I hope you can understand. So today, I'm sure Jeexx can do all the talking for us, but we're playing Shadows in Valhalla, and I'll be completely transparent. My brain is mush today, and like I said, it's been a month since we last played, so there will be a multitude of factors contributing to the eventual misplays that will happen in this episode.
Am I flipping, or are the cards lower resolution than usual?
I have no idea.
That's odd. Well, anyhow, you got this, right? You gotta play for turn 1, right? Right?
I have to immediately go to Google.
Why? What are you doing, bro? Motherfucker. Because, like, dude, okay, there we go. When I hover over them, they go to their full resolution. Okay, that's not right, but, you know, okay.
Okay, so this should work. Perfect. Yeah, okay, perfect. Starting us off, I am going to activate the hidden village of ninjutsu arts.
Oh my, but it's the ninjas.
It is the ninjas.
Me
And
when the
then
ninjas.
I am going to activate armor ninjutsu art of alchemy. This is what I had to check. Like, can I use this on my field spell? But
I mean, yeah, it's a ninjutsu card.
yes, but it's like it's a ninjutsu art, and because it's ninjutsu arts, that's why.
So
I
see,
wanted to.
unlike us, the game is smart, and the game knows that if the card has a card like a word in it, and then is plural or something else, it's still a part of that archetype.
So I will draw 2. Then,
I mean, damn, that's not even once per turn.
it is not.
Dude, if you got another one,
I will activate hidden village of ninjutsu arts,
who's gonna do it again?
and I am going to normal summon Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo.
Oh my god, it's Hanzo.
Hanzo is summoned and add a ninja art card from my deck to my hand, and hidden village of ninjutsu arts. A ninja monster summoned to my field. I can target a ninja monster and ninjutsu art card in my graveyard, but for the rest of the turn, I cannot use anything with its name. And I think I will add.
The draw engine. This thing's too consistent. What the heck?
I'll grab hidden village with my hidden village, so I can't activate. Actually, yeah, I can't.
Activate another one.
I cannot activate or the effects.
Or the
Okay,
effects
but
of the card, yeah.
So I was gonna think that because it's in chain, like the fetch off Hanzo still works. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then with Hanzo, I'm gonna add a armor ninjutsu art from my deck to my hand. So this from my grave to my hand, and in armor ninjutsu from my deck to my hand. Which means that I can now use armor ninjutsu art of alchemy to pop my hidden village of ninjutsu arts.
He's got all the cards. What the hell?
Some more cards. And then
Did you add the armor? Oh, yeah, no, you didn't. Oh, yeah, this isn't restricted to the straps. Oh. I thought this was, for some reason, only restricted to the continuous straps of ninjutsu art.
oh, which one? Oh, Hanzo?
Hanzo, yeah.
Yeah, Hanzo is just any ninjutsu art, which is pretty neat. Then we're gonna set some cards to be exact, and I think we're gonna call it there. Immediately running in the Twin Twisters.
My
You know the vibes.
draw phase. I would like to activate Twin Twisters. Discarding a card from my hand and targeting these two.
Go for it. Didn't mean to activate it or declare it.
Okay, okay.
So when you're
Doing
flipping
everything
the grave part moves to another spot.
What the hell? Okay. I activate from my hand a magical meltdown.
All right. Well, I guess now I'm glad that I didn't end up going for the invoked stuff.
I would like to add to my hand an Alistair the Invoker.
Go for it. And then after I add Alistair, I'm gonna draw, but I'll just do it now because it makes things simpler. Because there's only one thing you can add anyway.
Yep. And then I normal summon. Do I need to? Double checking. No. I can just do this. Wow, that's neato. Real neato. Wow, that's That's kind of a thing. Why can I not look at my extra deck?
I have no idea.
Um.
I have no idea. Okay, just making sure.
Okay, thank you. There we go.
Probably just. I mean, I guess now it's like it could be Dueling Book doing Dueling Book things, or it could be our connection being choppy because it's me. All for the audience, like for context, all I know about Jeex's deck is that he just sent me a picture with, because now Dueling Book has the Genesys format point system with that at over 1,000 and just like I'm cooking. And so, yeah.
I was very much cooking. I will assure you of that. I would not deny that I was for sure cooking. What is this?
I mean, I drew cards. I added some cards from my deck to my hand. Whatever happens now, it's it's been done.
Oh. Okay. Dude, I hate the fact that everything keeps going super low res when I'm not hovering over it. It's like really distracting me.
I don't think I have that, so it might just be your side. At least like
I normal summon Alistair.
Yep.
I activate instant fusion. I pay 1,000.
Go for it.
Double checking. Dude, this could not even be negated or activated in response to. That's
it's Meltdown is protecting your thingamajingies.
I summon this.
Yes, sir.
Must be special summoned. Wait. I don't remember. Does that work? Then?
Oh yeah, because instant fusion doesn't actually it doesn't ignore summoning conditions.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. You can summon this.
Then I will.
I probably wouldn't even have caught that. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I was just thinking, must first be. Yeah, I could just do this guy, but that's not really what I want here. I mean, I can just do this guy. This guy always works. Fucking.
Summon Panzer Dragon.
Fucking Caliga, bro. And then I link both of these off for the Alistair Invoker of Madness.
Different types and different attributes. Both of your ones are darks.
I hate this. Then I'll just fucking do it with Northern. That's annoying. God.
Yeah.
This archetype is so dog shit. I fucking hate everything about this archetype.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where is my... Did I forget to add Raijin again? Bro! This happened last time too! It's so annoying. Oh, I don't even have the water guy. I legit don't have the water guy this time.
What do you have if you don't have? I guess you...
I have Mechaba, Purgatorio, and 2 Caliga. And then I have Elder Intus and 2 other cards that I can't talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I know you have one of the Elder Entities because obviously you need to have that to get these other Elder Entities. But yeah, they, like, for context, Jeexx did tell me that he had 15 cards in his extra deck before having any links there. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then I had to go back and redo the whole deck.
Yippee! But yeah,
fucking.
I'm just happy that
banish your Hanzo and this guy for a Caliga.
Mm-hmm.
Or summon Caliga in defense.
Seems pretty good.
Banish monsters from your field. Never mind. It's either place graveyard or your field.
Okay, so
I can't even. I hate the wording on these cards sometimes. Do I even have anything I can summon then if I do that? God. I was legit like, oh yeah, I should have Raijin in here. I'll use Raijin in this point. But then it's like, no, I don't have Raijin in here. And I don't think I have Raijin at all.
Uh-huh.
So...
I think this might be like the first time when we've actually run into the issue where it's like 15 cards in your extra deck in some instances is actually not a lot.
Well, no, because I put in like 2 utility cards that I was like, well, I kind of need to have these in order to actually play my deck if I end up in a situation where I can't use Invoker of Madness, which is possible to happen. And then I was also like, well, I would like to have this in here because it sort of unbricks me from that situation. And these two cards are here for the sake of utility for the one card that I currently have in my hand. So,
Yeah,
mm,
it's and
I mean, I
especially
have
like
options.
obviously limits like this like are not that bad later when we go back to Master Rule 5. So
Yeah. Yeah. And then if this card is in graveyard, you can draw one banish Alistair, then you go shuffle this card deck.
I hate to be that guy, Jeexx,
Oh,
but
it
it's one
doesn't count.
invoked monster, not invoker. So even
No,
that doesn't
I
work.
don't care. Nah, let's go next.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have a Raijin in my side deck either.
Yeah, that's tough. That is unfortunate. But yeah, that was just,
A case of me being like, yeah, this should work. And Invoker of Madness isn't even invoked. Which is like, yeah, this should be an invoke card, yeah. But
yeah,
no,
because,
it's not.
archetypes are archetypes and then sometimes, but, we love naming conventions.
I personally I legitimately hate Invoker, by the way. I don't like the archetype at all. I think Alistair being the most iconic normal summon in the game is absolutely dog shit, and I hope that there will be one, later down the line, I hope there will be a normal summon that completely removes Alistair from the minds of people.
I see. I mean, you can then tell...
It's like Sky Striker to me.
That's fair.
Or Bandit to me.
You can say after our said, like, what was the, like, why did you end up going for this deck? Or maybe I'll see it in this game as well.
The main reason is purely the fact that it's the only one of the decks that I had in here that had access to a link at the moment.
I see.
That wasn't like completely dog shit
What
and
do you
actually
mean
like further
dog shit with
the game plan.
Don't you think Hip Hoshiningen and others like that are really good?
I don't think most of the decks here really gain anything from running their archetype, like not archetypal, but their attribute links.
Yeah.
A lot of these cards are kind of ass.
Well, in that case, like, I'm just happy that it ended up being this and not a mirror, because I think, like, the one other link in this set is definitely, like, Sides of Four Ninjas.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, it was literally like, am I just playing Invoked again, or am I playing Ninjas? And it ended up being this. But did you... Oh, I'm going first. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why I was just, sitting here waiting for...
Bro is just waiting for me to do things.
I was literally just sitting here and thinking. But obviously you want to go second with Ninjas. I'm just so used because I think... No, actually, I decided to go second at one point, so... As well. So I was just... I'm so used to, obviously, the who wins the contest just going worse, so that's my bad. But unfortunately, my hand is a brick, so I'm gonna set one and I'm gonna pass.
Dude, are you for real right now?
Yeah, I'm not even doing this just because you're playing Invoke.
I'm sorry. I draw one and then you gain.
Yeah, I gain 1,000 and that's cool. I have nothing here.
Okay, I activate Magical Meltdown that I totally didn't rip off of my upstart Coupling.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'd like to activate the effect to add my Alistair the Invoker.
Go for the Alistair.
And then I would like to normal summon Alistair the Invoker.
Yep, add your invocation.
The effect of Alistair the Invoker.
Go for it.
Invocation. And I would like to add an invocation to my hand. The fact that you actually don't have anything for this is kind of painful.
Yeah, I did like, because obviously this could also be a strategical play, but I just can't. I don't have anything that I could. Even.
But hey, this works. And then when Dragon is into the graveyard, I would like to pop a spell trap card on the field, and I would like to destroy this.
Yes. It is a Mirage Transformation.
Okay. Then I set one pass. Actually, I won't set this thing. I think this thing is kind of shit. So.
Alright, I will draw. I mean, I guess it works, kinda, but
Each player can only attack with one monster during each battle phase. God, what is this fucking card, bro?
I mean, at least it's tiny. Because imagine if it wasn't that small.
Yeah,
it would be.
that's why Alistair has it gives 1k as a quick effect. Like,
Yep.
it's designed to like.
Because I mean, everything else is really big. They don't need it usually, but it's like they're hey, oh, you want to get rid of my
Calica? You don't
fucking floodgate? No.
No.
This is just for monster effects, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you can activate a number of other effects.
I mean, it is attempt to activate, unfortunately, but regardless, I would like to do something else than just sit here, so I will activate Hidden Village of Ninjutsu Arts. Wait, that might be the coolest combined field that I've seen thus far.
That kind of rad, not gonna lie.
Actually fire. Then I will normal summon from my hand and upstart Golden Ninja, activating the effect of Hidden Village of Ninjutsu Arts to add the only eligible target to my hand, but I cannot activate cards or effects of cards with the same name as that for the rest of the turn. And now I will go for Mirage Transformation to hand.
Yep.
Then I will attempt to use my one activation on Upstart Golden Ninja, and for a cost I will pitch this Ninjutsu Art Notebook.
You'll summon it in either face up or face down. I mean, I'll ash this.
Yeah, seems good. I don't think there's gonna be a better time to do it, so
it's you have to send a trap, right? You can send one trap card from your hand.
Oh, that's right. Right. Yeah, I thought it first, but then I didn't end up doing it. But yeah, I'll just do this. But yeah, I think I will call by your ash.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna assume that someone is okay.
I mean, I don't have anything I can respond to that with, no? Like, you activated a card that makes it so I can't activate this card, and I cannot activate cards towards the activation of Upstart Golden Ninja anymore because the chain has already moved on. Because this is a video game that exists, that has rules that are real, and...
There are no real rules in our video games.
Me, when I activate an effect and I activate another effect, and the game just forgets that I activated the previous effect, and I can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna target that effect instead. And it's like, okay, yeah, that didn't happen. That's not a thing. And then when I send a card to the graveyard and the game remembers the card in the graveyard is completely has been properly summoned, well, then that card also doesn't remember that it's been properly summoned from the extra deck, even though it remembers that it's been properly summoned, and it's a card from the extra deck. Therefore, it has to have been properly summoned from the extra deck.
Yellow Ninja.
I fucking hate. Yeah.
Yellow Ninja.
No.
For any particular reason?
No, I'm just saying I fucking hate.
I see. Unfortunately, I am playing fair cards, so I can't get Ninjutsu Arts of this because it's a hard once per turn. But you know, we'll live. And I guess we will use these two to link summon into...
Just to check, you didn't have any other traps in your hand, right? Because you could have summoned another one with Upstart Golden... You could have summoned Upstart Golden Ninja with Upstart Golden Ninja, and then summoned another Ninja with Upstart Golden Ninja.
Yes.
Just
but at the same time, you do remember what Calica says. You can only attempt to activate one monster effect once per turn. So.
Oh, yeah. I hate this card.
I'm just happy that neither of us are, we just don't. We don't even know what our own cards do, so that's fire.
I keep forgetting that this card exists. I've activated a card effect this turn.
Oh,
monster effect.
I mean, yeah, monster effect. That's true, but you still do have the back row, so that's why I'm wondering.
Yeah, I have my Twin Twisters, the card that I play in this deck because it's good against summon limit and ninjas. It's that card, the card that is in here for those reasons.
Me too. I will use the effect of Sizel. Alright, seems pretty good. I don't have anything else for this, so Sizel will perish, but it doesn't negate, so I do still get the sets.
Correct.
Do I have, if a ninja monster or ninja you would be destroyed by color, you can banish a ninja monster from your graveyard instead. Yeah, I'll use that. I'll banish yellow ninja to keep Saizo alive, and we'll set I'm not like any of this really. As I guess I will set. Can I use? No, of course not. Hate. I'll get Mirage Transformation.
Where?
In the Imperm column.
In the Imperm column, correct.
I like setting, if I'm setting one, I like setting it here, so I'll do that.
You could also have been setting it in the Mech Knight column. I don't know.
It is true.
I could be playing Mech Knight somehow.
Invoked Mech Knight is low-key something that I have a very high likelihood of playing in the anniversary episode, I think. Because I like both of the archetypes, and my issue with Mech Knights was last time I played, like, just give me a good normal summon, and well, then I would have a good normal summon.
In your end phase.
Yep. I don't think there's anything for this. If a ninja. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Fair.
You can't have an that then.
Yeah, you know this, and my other one was my Droll.
Yeah.
Droll is really fucked up against Invoked anyway. Oh, yeah.
I drew this. The main idea obviously being to use it for this, to dump it, and then use it also as material for summoning out for Norden, and then using that to go into Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, and then going from there to add to hand an invocation, and then using this alongside something else, for example, the Upstart Golden Ninja itself to make Mekaba, and then so on and so forth.
What were the utility cards in your actually we're talking about? I'm interested.
I had Construct, I had Wind, I had these two, because I was like, well,
makes sense.
Depending on what I run into, I just lose to not drawing Twin Twisters. So I'm going to be running Twin Twisters, and I'm going to be running Phoenix, and I'm going to be running Cerberus. Because same concept applies. Brilliant Fusion into Seraphinite, summon out Seraphinite, then use Instant Fusion, summon Norden, summon Upstart Golden Ninja, make Invoker Madness, then go from there. Make rank 4, make Link, so on and so forth.
Yeah. I had basically the entire Invoked package in my extra. It was mostly there, like, if ninjas don't do anything, then I can, like, basically just play poor man's Invoked, which is what, like, most of my extra deck was geared towards, and then just the Nightmare Trio that you're probably going to see in 90% of my extra decks for a long time going forward, then just 2 Raizo and 1 Blade Armor Ninja. Saizo, not Raizo. Raizo is from One Piece. But I like the idea. But yeah, dude, the turn that you got here with, like, especially, like, because I bricked, like, you just got shafted because, like, well, can I do it? No, I can't do it. No, I just can't do anything. I kind of like the same thing in game 1.
My hand was 2 hand traps and a Twin Twister.
Yeah.
Into I set 1 pass.
And even for the Ash, like, obviously in this one, like, we didn't have outside access to Called by the Grave. I just had the one of Called by the Grave in my opening hand.
Yeah.
Which is
me when I get outskilled by my opponent, simply drawing out in the situation where I am trying to hand trap my opponent. This is the true Yu-Gi-Oh experience.
Yep, it is the hand traps are the necessary evil, some might say, but at the same time also a necessary evil, and sometimes there's the one-off way to deal with them, and your opponent just has it.
It's sometimes, like, legitimately, I absolutely hate the fact that Call By and Designator are both at 1, because whenever you do get hit by them, it feels infinitely worse than it would if you would never get your hand traps to go off. Because if people played 3 copies of Designator and 3 copies of Call By, they're sacking like 7 to 9 slots at least of their deck for like dealing with hand traps or having hand traps of their own.
Yeah,
which
probably.
then leads you into a position where you're like, well, I'm just not gonna play any. And then suddenly you're not playing any hand traps in your main deck because it's pointless. Your opponent has a gazillion ways of dealing with them. So might as well just dedicate that for an extra engine or something to boost your engine. And then it's like, okay, that's cool. So why is Called By at 1?
It's
Why
the
is
same.
Called By a mandatory 1-off in every deck?
Yeah, it's the same thing where what was the like overdrive thing from Vanguard, where it's like these anime card games you need to have over trigger, yeah. In these anime card games, obviously that is more actually like intended to be like, okay, you have your big anime moment. For Yu-Gi-Oh! It's for a different reason, where it's just like sometimes you just have it like, all right, there's only one thing that can save me here, and then you happen to have it. But where in one case it's like, all right, I'm overdriving to victory. In the other case, like, oh yeah, I just had the one out of my 40 cards here.
Yeah.
Also, if I got a nickel every time you played, had Brilliant Fusion but never played it in the game, I would have quite a few
so
nickels.
annoying. I played 2 copies this time because I was like, well, I think I played 2. No, I actually put the 3rd one.
Yeah, you
in.
have 3
I was like
and 2
originally
garnets.
like, yeah, I'm not gonna play 3. I'm gonna play just 2 so that I have space for other stuff. Then I was like, no, never mind. I'll just put all 3 in. I haven't drawn this card a single fucking time that we've had this legal and I've had it in my deck. It's getting so tiresome.
You've drawn more garnets, like the actual card, Gemini Garnet, than Brilliant Fusion throughout the series, which is really funny.
And like result-based thinking is now making me go like, well, what if I just never fucking play Brilliant Fusion? And then suddenly I play a deck that would really like Brilliant Fusion and I don't choose to put it in because I'm like, well, I haven't drawn it a single time up until now, so I shouldn't put it in. God. Like,
Once again,
man.
monkey's paw, it curls.
Man. But yeah, this deck was largely intended to just have kind of a stun package in it that also has ways of dealing with cards proactively, which is why I wanted to go second, because I wanted to have Invocation for using first stuff from your graveyard or using Shadow Fusion if you have a monster from the extra deck. Which also, by the way, first game I had a Shadow Fusion in my hand. You didn't summon a card from the extra deck. Haha, funny how that works. Yeah. Funny how I have Twin Twister in my hand and Shadow Fusion, and it's like, oh yeah, I just summoned Hanzo and pass. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
I see how it is.
I don't.
Great.
My hand, the only 2 ninjas I had Hanzo, and I have, because the monster were, I had Hanzo, 2 Droll and Lockbird, and the only other ninja that I had was my one of Twilight Ninja Kagen, which is the Pendulum card, which is the my only of that. I was running 3 of Jogen, but only 1 Kagen, because Kagen is just there for the scales, because the effect itself. Okay, yeah, give something 1,000. Fucking yippee.
That's fucking worthless.
Yeah, it's so dog shit. So that's why ended up happening. So
yeah, it's kind of like, man,
also
cascading shit.
Yeah, didn't get to do it, but I was also playing 2 Dark Smorg because I have the attributes to make this, and where I got this from was Advanced Dark, which I was playing and obviously decided then out of.
I see. Yeah. This is a solid card anyhow. So
Mostly it was here for, because like when I was looking at the set, I was like, this is now like I'm saying this because I think this was my thought process. Because obviously, like I said, like it's been so long since I made this deck, but I think the idea there was because like when I was going through this, I was like, there is a very good chance that we're just playing a Ninja Mirror, and obviously ninjas also like really like setting even monsters sometimes to get the flip summons, and obviously like you have stuff like Saizo and other things that are like setting a lot of stuff. Ninjas also like are really good at playing like good back row and stuff like that. So in the mirror, like Smorg just wins, and additionally you can summon it off. Was it a Ninja Art of Transformation? Yeah, Ninja Art of Transformation, because Smorg is 7 and any 4 then gets you into that. They just it slotted in really well for just having a single advanced dark that you can then side out of.
I think if I had played ninjas, the main difference between our decks would be that I would be playing more of a control package, right? I would probably be focusing on Mirage Transformation, and I don't remember what it's called right now. I think it's Super Transformation.
Super
That allows you to
Transformation,
target a card your opponent controls, a card you control, and then sack both of those to summon a card from your extra deck that is, I think, Dragon, Winged Beast, or Beast.
it's not from extra deck, it's from your deck, but
Not
yeah,
extra-
it was
deck,
like
yeah.
Dragon Dinosaur, or I don't remember what else it was.
Yeah.
Like
so
I
would
was
probably
also
play
thinking
that.
of that, but like there wasn't like because you had the like white ninja and I think red ninja as targets for that, but like I didn't think those were like good enough, so I went more for like let me like I have a good stuff in here, and the idea for my deck is to just go into Simorg and go from there. But I can definitely like see that. But like my deck obviously like very straightforward, which usually tends to be the case because you know I don't have the brain capacity to pilot decks that actually require thinking. That's why I play Galaxy Eyes, where
Yeah.
you do the same shit, and if your opponent has Nibiru or Ash and anything else, you just explode, and that's just the way it's gonna
See,
be.
I play heroes. You know what my deck dies to?
Summons Darklaw and goes to hell.
No, 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 no. So, okay, so I'm gonna just rant a bit about Dark Law real quick. In
That's
Genesis
fine.
format, Dark Law is 75 points. Dark Law costs 75 points. You wanna know how much Pot of Greed costs in Genesis format?
Graceful Charity is 40, so I'm gonna assume like 50.
30.
Gotcha.
You can get a playset of fucking Pot of
Low-key,
Greed.
that's fucking hype. Low-key,
But-
okay. I think, just a side note, I think Genesis is a pretty cool format. Like, genuinely.
I think it's a cool idea until I started looking at cards and it's like, yes, all the floodgates cost
Yeah, that's it.
100. And it's like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, barrier statues are 60. What do you mean barrier statues are 60? What do you mean barrier statues are 60? Why is Dark Claw 70 if barrier statues can be less than that? Oh, it's because you banish just cards from your opponent. Oh, Macrocosmos is at 0 points? Deep Fissure is at 0? I see. How much is Shifter? I think Shifter's like 15?
Was it? I thought it was a lot more. Maybe, like, it was an idea that I saw someone throw out, because I swear I saw Shifter was at
10.
like 75 or something. Okay.
Shifter is
Then-
10.
Then it was like, hey, what it should have been probably. Gotcha.
Like, so why is Dark Claw a card that requires, first off, for you to play a card called Mask Change 2 in your deck if you're not playing heroes? A card you cannot search for unless you're playing heroes. And you can only search for it if you're playing the Mask heroes that haven't been released or Shadow Mist. You special summon Shadow Mist using your heal lives and sack half of your life points. Which, sure, life points are irrelevant, but half of your life points is still a massive amount of your resources that you're giving away. And you need to discard a card and you need to control a dark monster that is level 5 or lower, which Dark Law is. So when you use a hero lives, you get a free not Dark Law, Shadow Mist is. So when a hero lives, you get a free Dark Law. Yippee! That's so cool. So let me just fix this for you. Make it so that Mask Change 2, a card that nobody fucking plays unless they're trying to force Dark Law into their deck, costs 70. And then just let Dark Claw be 0, because no one is gonna be able to play Dark Claw unless they actually for fucking real play heroes. And by the way, if they're actually playing Shadow Mist, they're not even playing like Mask Change 2, but odds of people actually playing a Hero Lives, Shadow Mist, Mask Change, and Dark Claw in their deck is close to 0.
I think
We haven't... Yeah.
yeah, you go ahead. I can.
No.
Hold. Okay. But yeah, I was
No,
just
you're
gonna say, like, I think the issue, like, they're not just they're out for Dark Claw in non-hero decks, and I think in general it just feels like that they really just don't want floodgates to be a part of the format. In like, I can see the argument like why are barrier statues only 60 and not more, but I would just assume that their philosophy is like, okay, well, you can just beat over them more easily.
You can just beat over Dark Claw. It's 2.4k.
But I can like still see like it's a lot harder to get over, whereas like you can if there's like no other disrupting stuff like that, like you can just normal anything pretty much and beat over what's his face, any barrier statue, but you can't do that with Dark Claw. So I'm just gonna assume, obviously I can't know, but I'm just gonna assume that's their philosophy there. But like in general, just like I think they just don't want floodgates to really be a part of the format, and that's why the floodgates are all like really expensive and stuff like Graceful and Pot of Greed, which are insanely powerful, and splashable cards obviously are like still a lot less.
So a couple of other things. I do completely agree. Like, I think the fact that they're trying to limit floodgates is a really good idea, and I prefer the idea that floodgates are basically unplayable without them getting outright banned, because you can still play them. If you just play a deck that doesn't run any other cards that cost any points, you can still play them in your deck. You can play a one-off copy of Anti-Spell Fragrance, which is, hey, go for it, buddy. You get your one-off copy of Anti-Spell Fragrance. If you don't want your 3 copies of Pot of Greed instead, like a fucking idiot. But then you also have these kinds of cards, which is like, why would you ever even allow this card to be played? Last turn costs 75 points to play. A card that is notorious for the fact that it's solely been banned pretty much because it's toxic,
I think,
and it causes ruling headaches.
yeah, I was gonna say like I think it was the ruling headache part.
Like, because this card is the same as like a self-destruct button.
Yep.
Right? The same idea. Like, self-destruct button is just, I end the game in a draw now.
I mean,
the game is over now, but like
The
we go 1-1.
self-destruct button incident draw like last turn, I think it's just like you just prevent your opponent from summoning something. But I would assume that stuff like Jugend the Spiritualist and other like once again floodgates that prevent your opponent from special summoning, like you won't be able to play them alongside last turn, which then at least in their head makes it like a lot more plausible to allow.
But I don't think a card that is a genuine annoyance to play against should be legal.
I can definitely see
for
that.
the same reason why like Floodgate shouldn't be legal. But also this card is not the kind of card where you just go like, oh yeah, I flip skill drain, all of your monsters don't have effects now. It's, oh, I flipped last turn and everybody fucking groans. It's not even like just the players who are like, man, I fucking hate skill drain. It's even the judges being like, dude, what the fuck is this guy fucking doing? It's I think this card should just not exist at all in this format.
That's
also
fair.
Bahamut Shark, like my favorite thing about this format is that Totally Awesome costs 20 points. Bahamut Shark costs 81 points.
Yep.
That's based. That's giga based.
It is really funny. Because I mean, what else are you using Bahamut Shark for? Fucking nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Like,
stuff
pretty
like that in the point system, like that is what I think is so cool about it, because you can allow like degenerate cards if you want to, but if like you have 2 different cards that together make something really degenerate, now you have a way to limit that. And I do think like with stuff like Pot and Graceful and even stuff like Last Turn in things like that, I do think part of Genesys format and why they made it is because they want to give people a like opportunity to actually play these banned cards. I haven't like looked at them extensively myself. I'm gonna assume like that Painful Choice is still something that you can't play, because it just
Painful Choice is 95.
Okay, so is there anything that's straight up just like banned?
No, nothing is over 100.
Oh,
yeah. And
okay.
like
Yeah,
honestly, like that's Oh, D barrier, by the way, is 100.
Gotcha.
Which is really interesting to me because D barrier is probably one of the fairest of these kinds of cards, because there's a lot of decks that just can play around it really easily, form their boards without it. Like D barrier specifically is just, oh, I'm just gonna say that you can't do this one thing, but most decks could do more than one thing. Like if you play this against heroes, well, heroes are fucked. Never mind. Actually, I'm ignoring the fact that D barrier works on all of the legal card types in this, because obviously Pendulum is banned.
Yep.
I keep forgetting about that
another
part.
dub to Genesys format. Fuck Pendulum. It's just Pendulum and Lynx.
Lynx.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which, like, whenever I'm thinking of, oh yeah, you can just play around this, I'm thinking of stuff that is either pendulums, links, or like ABC Dragon Buster that just makes XYZs instead of a fusion, or fusion instead of XYZ. It's like, okay, cool. It doesn't fucking matter what you call.
Do
I'm
you have
just gonna play
the
around it.
Do you have the scores pulled up somewhere?
Yeah, I have a pointless for this.
Oh,
They also
what's
recently
Burlow
updated it.
Savage?
What now? You mean Warlord Savage, the card that requires links?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
The
I'm
zero cost
more
card?
actually than something that does. What's Baron at? Baron de Fleur.
Baron. I don't think Baron is here at all.
Oh really?
Oh no, it's Baron with two N's.
Yeah.
It's 85.
85. Okay. Yeah, because like from another thing that in addition to floodgates that I feel like is actually yeah. What's Solemn Judgment?
Oh, Solemn Judgment. I think Solemn is just like 7.
7. Okay, cool. Yeah, because that's what one thing that I was wondering. Because another like theme that I saw like quickly rising seemed to be like Omni negates in addition to floodgates. So this definitely just feels like it's a lot more casual of a format, and I don't know. I think I definitely have way more good things to say about it, and like very few complaints, because it just you can always just obviously play regular Yu-Gi-Oh as well. So I mean, you're a hater with everything, man.
Bro, they got a Royal Magical Library at 100. What do you mean you're not hating?
That's beast mode.
Why the fuck is it? I don't actually know why this is at 100. I legitimately cannot think of a reason outside of, oh yeah, you know it's completely legal to play at 3 copies each and you can just play Pot of Greed with it? Mm-hmm. Exodia?
Yep.
Why? Fuck you.
I mean, you do need to realize that no links and no pendulums. This is a Yu-Gi Boomer format. Like, this is strictly for people above the age of 25.
Man, I'm above the age of 25.
Unfortunately.
It's not for me.
Yeah, but
by
I
the way,
mean,
Crooked
it's
Cook is
not
100
for everyone. Okay, I was going to say something really bad. I'm not going to say it.
Where'd you wait, but say it.
I'm not going to say it.
I'll say it with you.
No, we were not thinking of the same thing. If that's the case, if you're so up into
No.
okay, or maybe we were, and you're just like willing to, you know. We shouldn't continue.
I can just say that
this road.
Mistake is also 100.
Gotcha.
But there's a bunch of cards here that are like I think they're good that they are 100. Like stuff like Protoss, Scythe. Beatrice being at 100 is kind of weird to me because Beatrice feels like exactly the kind of card that they would want to highlight in here, and then they would want to prevent degenerate plays with it, or they want to manage like other cards that would be degenerate with it so that you can't play them together with it. Because the idea of having the ability to just dump any card from your deck is really cool. Love of All Chain is in here as well, and it's like 80 points. And again, I think they should rather manage cards in a way where you can't create degenerate combos with those cards than just be like, well, this is unplayable.
Genesys, it doesn't have like any, like nothing semi-limited or limited like that. You're only limited by the points, correct?
Well, there are cards that are semi-limited because they're 50.
Well,
So
okay,
you can only play 2 of them.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that's like what I was thinking. Like they don't list things as semi-limited or limited or anything like that. It's just the points.
Just
system.
points,
Okay.
yeah. So for example, there's this card. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. It's called Zodiac Rat Pier. It's 50 points.
Yeah.
Because they can't give it less than that. Because if they give it less than that, I think you can play it with Trident.
Gotcha.
Which I think that's fucked up. Like, you're making a format that is literally like designed so that it's limiting the power level of cards, but instead of letting you play Rat Pier with other Zodiac cards that are also have points, you're making it so that you can't play it at all. It's like 0/1 again, because you need 2 copies of it for it to work.
You can't have everything, so for the most part, like I think like they're doing a good job with it, and as an idea, like out of all of these like other formats that they have, I think, to me personally, I would be the most interested in playing this one over even like stuff like Edison or anything like that, or fucking Goat or Hat, God forbid.
Half
I-
format is. You see,
I would rather gouge my own eyeballs out, I think.
I think this format is for the people who prefer half format. Actually,
I think, yeah, I actually think the people who play hat format are the people who want to beat the Genesys players to death with rocks.
yeah, that's why it's for them. That's why they're gonna be rocking up the tournaments with last turn in their deck until they put last turn at 101 points, because they wanna give every judge and every other player a fucking headache.
Man.
Dude, Ryo is 20.
Thunder King Ryo? 20 points for
Why?
that seems low.
Exactly, like Fossil Dyna is I think 100.
Ryo is Ryo 1700 or 1800?
1900.
Oh, it's humongous.
Like it's legit a big boy, and it has a fucking like monster summon negate.
Yep.
Whenever your opponent inherently summons a monster.
That's the type of card that I would expect to be like in the barrier statue range, where it's like, all right,
60.
a less powerful of an effect, but it's like immediately way harder to get rid of because you can't just normal summon anything and beat over it. So like literally, like I think 60 would be a really good point total for it.
Also, there was a card that I just saw that stuck out to me. Fuck, where is it? Gateway of the Six. It's 100 points.
Gotcha.
And I feel like that's kind of fucked because 6 Sam obviously really good at looping, but they don't have access to their link, so they can't even search for it.
Yeah,
and
like
I think
as long as it's more than 50, you're fine.
yeah, they also have other cards that are just straight up limited, like to 10. Like they have both of the Shien synchros are 10 points, and then asceticism is I think at 10 points as well. 10 points, yeah. So you literally can't play 6 Samurai with the good cards if you want to play Gateway.
Yeah, I think like at that point, like and obviously there's gonna be misses, but I think like Gateway is one of those cards where it's like literally make it 51 points.
Yeah, like
And you're fine.
You can't play more than one. You can't play more than one. You can never play more than one, and you can't even play playsets of the other cards that are on this list without like griefing yourself. And I think that would be perfectly fine. And I think that would actually be cool because then, if you really don't want people to be playing Gateway more than 2, which by the way I think it's a 3, the OCG right now, so I don't think.
I mean,
that's
the
even, like, a
OCG
big
has
argument.
maxi. Those people are okay. Well, I shouldn't say
No, never mind. It's
those
a 1 the
people.
OCG as well.
Okay, yeah, I was
They,
gonna say like,
they did limit it back in 2020 after they printed the fucking card that searches for it.
oh yeah, Battle Shogun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
feel
think
like
how many cards are actually in? Like, can you search by points? Like, how many cards are actually like 51?
none. There are no cards.
Because
that are
I
51.
genuinely think that's a point range that you should use for a lot of cards. Where it's like, this is like actually suggested, and we want people to have one of this, but we never want them to have 2 of this. So I think
no
like
cards are 51.
Gotcha.
None. There's only one card that is at 55, and it's Morphtronic Telephone.
I do not even know what that does. I know
I
telephones,
played this
they-
in one
Yeah, I do.
episode.
I do
No,
remember
never
the
mind, this is not that
Morphtronics.
one.
They're just like Swarm and OTK. But
Yeah. This is the newest one that they printed in Power of the Elements.
okay.
I was thinking of Cell Phone for a moment. Winda is 60, by the way, and Ronin Toadin and Substitute are both 60. So you cannot play 2 of them, and you cannot play Totally Awesome if you play like at more than 2 if you play either of them. And that just kind of makes me feel like, wow, you guys really didn't want people to be playing these, huh? But then Sixth Sense is at 65, and every Dragon Ruler is at 7.
That's fire.
Just like, so Dragon Ravine, a card that is like notoriously powerful for pretty much anything that runs dragons. I don't know if that's the case anymore, but anything that wants to set up a graveyard, it's completely illegal. I think Colossus is also like here.
I would just assume it's gonna be 100 or close to it.
67.
Okay, now previously with your Dark Law take, I was like, I can see why they would want to limit stuff like that, but I will say I don't think there is ever a world where the point total like this of Colossus should be lower than Dark Law.
Dude, Dark Law requires you to play very specific cards. And this card is like, are you playing Thunder Dragons?
And
Okay.
I do think also the effect is arguably better.
Infinitely better.
So
It's also big enough to swing over Darklaw. So
it's 27 or 28, right?
26, 24.
26 and 24. Okay,
So
gotcha.
even if you flip it to face down defense with some shit with Darklaw and with heroes, you're not gonna kill it because Darklaw can't swing over it.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things in it because they're actively also changing these. Like I'm gonna
That's
give
good.
an actual positive take, not a hater take.
Whoa. This is the
Rare,
first
rare,
on the
rare.
History Google Learn Journey. Jeexx giving a positive take on something or praising something.
They
Everybody listen?
recently banned Evil Swarm Ouroboros in the OCG, for example, and also banned Paradise Smasher in the OCG and TCG. And in the Genesys format, they then moved those cards to have 67 points, both. They also increased a card called Number Evil? I don't know how you would pronounce this. Evilu. To 67 from 0. There's also a couple other cards that have had their point totals either lowered or like increased from 0. Like they, for some fucking reason, were like, what if we just like had Sales Ban at 0 points and Rongo Bongo at 100? I think Rongo Bongo is at 100. No, sorry, Rongo Miniad is at 31. I forgot. But yeah, like Sales Ban and Rongo Miniad, it's just a lock. You can't do anything about that. If it's at 5 materials, you just have to give up. Your opponent cannot ever lose the game, and you can never kill them unless you have kaijus to kill it with. So, and they put sales ban from 0 to 100 in the most recent changes, and they also took Prohibition, a card that is also a headache and annoyance and just a piece of shit card that like is effectively a floodgate for a specific card, and put it from a 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Really good changes in that regard. And also, there was a card there. Block Dragon was reduced from 40 to 33. And there was another card that had its cost increased to 33. They also do minor adjustments, like 3 and 2 points, for like stuff like Premature Burial, Harpy's Feather Duster, Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm is at 20, by the way.
I finally. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. I'm saying this now because I was supposed to say this earlier, but I forgot. Like, I was interested in like stuff that's just like current death one, and it's a like very much a staple card. Like, what's stuff like? This is the question that initially like made me wonder the like them not having like actual limits or semi limits and just points. Like, what's stuff like Foolish Burial and Rodat? Like those two.
Rhoda is
cards.
40, and I think Foolish is at 33. Yeah, Foolish is at 33.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Thanks.
Here's something that I really do not like. Again,
Hit me
Fright
with
for
it.
Patchwork.
Yeah.
Here's my last thing that I'm gonna say. Fright for Patchwork. Archetypal double searcher that requires your deck to have an Edge Imp and a Polymerization for you to use that card, right? You need to have both of these in your deck at the same time. You can only play one of these per turn. I think this is searchable. Not 100% sure because it's Fright for card. I think you can search it with cards to search Fright for Spell and Traps, but you don't really play any other ones because you don't play Factory usually, if I remember correctly, anymore. And you don't play March. I think there's an Omni Negate I'm forgetting right now, but yeah. Point being, this card is very archetypal and very restricted. Why does it cost 33 points?
That's a great question.
And I don't see a reason for it. And the same reason, like same thing goes for stuff like Gladiator, Proving Ground. There's a lot of archetypal searcher cards that are limited to like having X amount of points to them, which means that they're limited in playability with hand traps or limited in playability with other cards in the archetype. Stratos, for example, is 3 points per copy, which isn't too bad. But then DPE and Plasma are both cards that are like, I think Plasma is 15, and then DPE is no 20. Plasma is 20. DPE is also 20. So you can't play Plasma, DPE, and Darklight in your deck. And you can't even play Stratos in there at all if you have like. Well, you can play 3 copies of Stratos with 1 copy of Darklight and a Plasma, but you're probably gonna be playing DPE instead.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like this, and I feel like it's kind of annoying for certain archetypes, especially Glad Beasts, the more that I'm thinking about it, because stuff like Geyserus has a point cost. A fucking Gladiator Beast card released in like 2007
I
has
was
a
gonna say
point
like
cost.
somebody really got traumatized back in 2011.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then Glow Up Bulb, a card that has a once per duel effect, it costs 21 points. I don't know why it costs 21 points. I don't see a card in this format that like really synergizes with it that costs 80, other than maybe Lava Wall Chain. But then it's like, why are you limiting this one card specifically because of a card that does a billion other things?
2
Because
copies
like,
of Graceful Charity and 1 copy of Glow Bulb is too powerful.
truly,
And that's 101 points.
that's 101
But yeah,
points.
that's also the nice thing about the point total is that if like you're running side events or stuff like that, you can do 150 points and suddenly a lot of things change.
So I think if you allow for something like that, if you allow for there to be formats where there are more than 100 points, this is a really cool format. I think the same thing that we were talking about earlier with 15 cards in the extra deck. Honestly, if you just told me, okay, we just have a Yu-Gi-Oh format where you have more than 15 cards in extra deck, I would be like, that's good, that's banging. And I think the same goes for this kind of, where if you told me you can have 150, 200 points, or even let's say you have a multi-day tournament or something where you have to build a deck for each day or some shit, and you have to have 300 points or like 200 points across 3 different decks. That would be
No,
cool.
that's fire. And I'm definitely not biased because in Pokemon we're doing 2 different teams that you have to have separate Pokemon in each.
Yeah, like there's legitimately a lot of potential for Genesys format, but I think in its most bare bones format, where it's just you have 100 points, build a deck out of these cards, you don't have access to these cards or these cards, go nuts. I think that to me still feels a little like,
That's fair. But it's
I want a little more.
Yeah, the format is still in its infancy, and obviously, like you said, they're actively changing point total and stuff like that. They can figure it out. But I do also like from Konami's perspective as well. Like it's easier. It's so much easier for them where it's like their standard is like our standard is going to be 100. We're going to balance things around 100, and then different TOs, if they want to run side tournaments for stuff like more points, less points, stuff like that's interesting, and that's something that they can then figure out and they can do. But the fact of the matter is that the clean 100 is easy for Konami to then figure stuff out, and then TOs can work around that. And I think like overall, just to say like working ground and a place to like a building block basically where you can start like go different branches. I think as like something like that, Genesys format is a phenomenal thing to have, and I'm like pretty excited. Like even though like I don't play physically, and I don't know if there would ever be a time when I would play Genesys format. Maybe that's something we can look into in the future. But I think it's something that's like I really like having it. I think as an idea, it's genuinely one of the best things that I think Konami has done with Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time.
Yeah,
Alongside
I
the
do agree
cool
that
shows that they're doing in tournaments for their banlist announcements. I think that's also pretty neat.
I think this is a step in the right direction
For sure.
the game as a whole. I was actually thinking just now, would there be a reality where they end up making it so that you can play like with a Genesys format deck versus a advanced format deck? And how would that pan out? Like, would a Genesys format deck be stronger
That's
than
actually
a
really
advanced
interesting.
format deck? Because you have access to so much more shit in Genesys format, but you're far more limited in what you can build around. So it could be that in a first to 100, the advanced format deck wins. But on like a pure, like, is this deck better than this deck? I feel like a Genesys format deck having a single pot of green in it would just make most people go like, yeah, this is a better deck immediately.
Yeah, that's the thing. That what I was gonna say is like really funny to think about. Is like what's more powerful: 3 copies of Pot of Greed or Link Monsters?
Or Pendulum, yeah. Pendulum with limitations too.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, there's a lot of decks that are not legal in this format because links don't exist. So Sky Striker isn't legal at all, pretty much. So, well, I mean, you can play Sky Striker cards, but you can't really use them for much because you can't summon cards. I think.
If you can't make the Sky Striker links, the archetype becomes not great.
But in a way, Engage is still all right. Because Engage searches for any Sky Striker cards, and then you can use Horner drones for making a token that you can then use to climb into something. Because I think the token is just a free token.
Yep.
Like it doesn't have any limitations on it. Like stuff like that. I could definitely see a reality where somebody is playing, if these are legal in Genesis, that is. I don't actually know because they don't have any point costs. That's like a big thing here in my mind. These do not have any point costs because they do not like they might go into links, so they might just be outright banned because of that.
I
But
would just
otherwise,
assume that everything is good to go because I think that would then be a like headache for them to balance out. But
because there's stuff like Area Zero, which allows you to do like stuff with excavating cards on the top of your deck, popping cards to summon raid for free, summoning like using Shark Cannon, and we. I think the main problem is that there are no extra Master Zones in this. I believe. I don't actually know about that part. I think there's no extra Monster Zone. I think it's the classic field. I would need to double check that, but like that could be a problem where you can't have any cards on board to be using these cards.
sorry, I was just chuckling because I saw in Genesis format there was a person called Genesis Champion 2026, and immediately when they left the advanced format, a person called Gamble Goblin joined, and in my head I just had the head kind of ways like it's the same person but just with two alt accounts. And then after that, Gamble Goblin went into Genesis, and I was like, all right, wait, are they just going through all of the rooms? And I scrolled all the way. Then in one of the formats, I think like Edison format or something, I just found Kaiba's left nut. So I've just been chuckling the funny dueling book names here. I'm sorry.
Oh, astonishing.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Overall,
the original field layout is used, with no extra monsters.
Okay,
on, so
cool.
no problems,
overall, a thumbs up to Genesis format.
Yeah, I like having this point counter next to my decks now that just says like 1,423. Yeah.
For me,
Genesis
I
format
think I
can
had
handle
like 281. I actually think I think I turned it off, but I think going forward, like it's just gonna be fun to see it on. It's just like we'll now use this to gauge our power level. So whoever when you're looking at the deck breakdowns, immediately after like when you're seeing one of us have a higher point total than the other one, then we can consider the other one winning.
That's funny.
Oh, it's an upset. But I think it's neat in a lot of ways.
I'm excited to see if we can ever get over 2,000 points.
It would be really funny that organically you're just building a deck and you just end up with some shit like 1981, and you're like, what the fuck have I put in here?
That's pretty much what happened here. Like I ended up with I ended up with 999 naturally, and I was like, oh wow, I wonder if it caps out at 999. And then after I rebuilt my deck, it was over 1,000. I was like, so I like ended up with 999 by pure happenstance, and that's kind of sick. Like this time, I ended up with 1,423 because I put in 3 copies of Summon Limit at the end into my side deck because I was like, you know what, I'm feeling like a piece of fucking shit.
And that's when karma caught up to you. And that's
then karma caught up.
Dog shit, and your opponent drew the one off call by. But
that's what happens every game. Maybe my karma isn't very good.
I was looking at, okay, what do we have next week? And Jeexx, next week is the single greatest set ever released in Yu-Gi-Oh! For us. Legendary Duelists, White Dragon's Abyss. It is...
let me check.
It is the set that finally makes Galaxy Eyes or Galaxy Photon a rogue deck instead of a jank deck. Galaxy Nation, we are back. It's time.
I see.
I also build Black Wings for that because they get full armor master, but I don't think there is no world where I'm playing anything except Galaxy Photon in that set.
Yeah. I think it's pretty evident what I'm gonna be playing too.
I'm excited.
So, like I think we know the matchup that's gonna happen. I think it's a rematch, right?
Could be. What have I? Because it's been a little while since I looked at that. I only remember playing against Ghost Trick with Galaxy Photon.
Didn't you play against the Bisactors with Photon? Or what was it that you played the Bisactors against with?
Could be, because I played it. I want to say I played it It's 3 or 4 times.
You played Luna Lights, I think, against the Bisactor.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's correct.
Oh, Dark Lords. You played Dark Lords.
Wait, do you
Because
know?
it was Fusion Enforcers or something. It was the
Oh,
no
okay,
Destiny
then.
Soldiers.
Yeah, Destiny
Yeah,
Soldiers was Dark Lord. Okay.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Cool, cool, cool.
It's not a mirror match. It's not a complete rematch, but
All right.
I'm probably gonna be
Space
playing
versus
Berserker
Theater
Series.
Kids. That's cool. But yeah, no, it's
Damn.
for me. It's actually final thing that we'll get out of here. This yappening has lasted a
Giggle
long
on
time.
yappening.
Mostly,
Pod section.
usually I would be scared of just for no other reasons. Now I'm scared of because every all the time we spend yapping here is extra time for the upload time of these videos. And let me just say that normally when an hour-long upload would take me 40 seconds, now it takes 2 to 3 hours usually to upload it, and then even the things after that, like usually I need to reserve 3 to 4 hours for a video to upload. So that's kind of the thing there. But final note before we get out of here, I'm peering back to create a little bit for a Pokemon. We just entered Generation 4, which was when I started playing Pokemon, not competitively obvious, but just got into Pokemon in the first place. And now we have my single favorite for set in Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming up next week. And after that, it is the set that literally got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Legendary Hero Dex is the set after White Dragon Abyss, and that is the first product that I ever bought for Yu-Gi-Oh! And after that, I've been like, ever since like I got that product, like I've been on and off like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like consuming content, like doing stuff, thinking about it. And I think that's kind of cool that those two things align like so close to each other just by like pure chance, because obviously we haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In a few weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how us delaying these things just happened to line up perfectly.
Yeah, because we didn't do this on purpose. Like it
Yeah.
just literally was because like me starting with my job, like I mean, even like today, like I've been very busy and I've had stuff to figure out, but now I'm finally starting to figure things out. I don't have to worry about other things than just the things concerning my job anymore. So like even when I have like the longest day that I'm gonna have the whole week, well, not really because Tuesdays are different, but that's a different thing. Like we can still like play Yu-Gi-Oh! Afterwards, and I'm very happy to be back on the saddle here again as well. But it just like things lining up like this, it's just pretty cool. It's very, very, very cool. And I guess I can already tell you like for Legendary Hero Dex, although that's not gonna be until like in 2 weeks time, but just in case I don't remember next time, I would like us, if you're fine with it, for Legendary Hero Dex to play 3 different decks for both of us, because it obviously like Legendary Hero Dex contains 3 different decks and 3 different archetypes. Those being obviously the Nordic Aesir, the Phantom Knights, and Heroes. And if at all possible, I would like us to like both of us like cook a deck for all 3 of those.
Yeah,
archetypes.
I can do it. Looking at this lineup here for Phantom Knights, yeah, I can definitely do this.
I mean,
I can definitely
2
make
of
a
those
non-Phantom
things.
Phantom Knight deck.
2 of those things are very easy to do, and then we're gonna play Nordic and Aesir, and it's gonna be a shitfest.
So I'm just gonna confirm, I can use cards across, like words and cards from across all 3 of these decks for all 3 of the decks that I make. Or do I have to be limited to Destiny Hero for one deck, Aesir for another, and Phantom Knights like a structure deck? And
You can use them. It's still gonna be the same way, like how it's a set, and it's like, all right, whatever is in here, 50% of that should be your deck for the episode. But still, like if you want to mix and match stuff, then that's perfectly fine. I would just mostly like to have it so that like both of us are playing a Nordic deck, a PK deck, and a hero deck. What else is in there? Like that's perfectly fine. But like, and I wouldn't want it to be an instance where it's like, all right, I'm now playing my Nordic deck, and there's a single Nordic card in there, and the rest is the other 2 archetypes. But
no, that's not what I was getting at. What I was getting at was, I'm gonna make a deck that doesn't play Nordics. I'm gonna make a deck that doesn't play PK, but I'm gonna deck that doesn't play heroes and call them each of those, and just not have any of like the actual archetypes in there. And I would have loved to see how far I can go with that. But yeah, I'll make an actual deck for each of these.
I mean, I'll leave it up for your judgment. Like, you can, whatever you deem to be the coolest thing to do, like, you just go for that. But like, my idea is mostly just there because like that's what got me into Yu-Gi-Oh. And initially it was just me. All right, let me throw together all 3 of these decks and see what I can work with. But obviously now we have also like the support and all other things like that to work towards. But I will say in advance, I will honor the 2017 or whenever this set came out. I will honor the 2017 Weebfox in that regard, that I most definitely will not be bringing great decks to that episode. They will be jank, but we'll do great.
I trust. I believe.
Regardless, thank you so very much for watching. Welcome back to the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, and the plan going forward, at least for my time staying here while I'm employed, is to upload Pokemon on Sundays and Yu-Gi-Oh! On Fridays. I know usually it tended to be like Yu-Gi-Oh! Was always on Sunday, but I think like for the way that we're doing things, I think like this would work best for me overall. So I think for the time being, like that is the plan. But if sometimes things go differently, then hope you understand. But anything you want to say, Jeexx, before we get out of here?
Well, to pass the test, you have to be the best or something. I think that was the other way around, but yeah.
Close enough. But yeah, on that note, thank you so very much for watching. We will see you next week for What Dragon is Abyss, and have a great rest of your week. If everything goes well, this should go up on Friday, so enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next time. Peace.